Good afternoon and welcome to the second in a series of videos on setting up a new Pony Club website. So the first thing we covered in the first video was logging in as an administrator for your new website. And today what I thought I might cover in this video is, well, let me show you. Let's have a look at our Monboldt Pony Club webpage. One of the important things that I added to our page that I think helps with the user experience is this logo. So a lot of the web pages end up looking the same. As I mentioned in the previous video, everything you see on this page is configurable. Actually, you can change, update, change the colors, add content, move anything you want around, but a lot of people don't. So when you go between the websites, it's quite hard to tell you're actually in the Monboldt Pony Club website. So what I figured is if we add this logo on the left-hand side here to each page, it means that if you're a member of the public and you happen to have a couple of websites open, you can tell which one you're looking at. And let me show you what I'm getting at here. So we've got this logo, and if I go into any of the pages, let's go for the Rally job description, that logo is still there, and the information appears in this the right hand side. If I go to, let me find a About Us, and yeah, membership group, that's a good one. We've also got the logo there. In my case, we've got the logo there, but I've also added some quick links on this left-hand side. So from pretty much most of the pages, you can go and click in to our these links. I've got an opt-in one, that's for our opt-in system, so I know when people are turning up to rallies. Pony Express, that's our newsletter, and if you click on that, you get to the newsletters, and you can download and select which one you want to have a look at. So you can put links in there. This icon appears on each page. I've made sure I've added it to every page. A couple of terminology things here. So if we look at this is a page, and the page consists of this menu area at the top, which contains your links to the various pages. There's multiple areas on this page, and in this particular page we've got a HTML region here on the left hand side. There's a main content panel in the center here, which happens to contain what's called a rotator, and towards the bottom we have a sponsors region. So the key thing I want you to understand is that each page contains a number of different areas, and you can put content into those areas. Sometimes it's a bit tricky because there's about 15 areas, and let me show you how you understand where the areas are on the page. So if you click on Edit and the Edit page, and you click on View in Layout mode, and what that does is it changes your view, and it takes away all the content, and it shows you the region names. Now I use sidebar 1 a lot. That's this area here that's highlighted, and I also use content pane. On our front website, the sponsors area is bottom pane, and you can see here, if you look at it, the bottom pane spans across the entire bottom of the page. There's also bottom 1, 2, and 3, which are 3 separate regions. You can put banners, and there's user areas. There's a whole heap of different areas you can put content into. But for me, I'm going to show you how to add your icon, and we're going to use the sidebar 1. Now, this page, this website here is already set up, and let me get out of here, get rid of this view and layout mode. This is our Pony Club web page. Let's go to the one we were talking about previously. This is a brand new website. It hasn't been configured yet, so we'll log in, and I'll log in, and remember to log in, and maybe it will work. There we go, we've logged in. This page has nothing on it at all. So first thing I want to do, I want to add some HTML content to the left-hand side here. We're going to create a sidebar. So let's add a new module. So each area comes in as a module. And look, to be honest, there's quite a lot of modules here. So let's add a new one. And well, and the one we're interested in is HTML. This is the most basic one, and what it allows you to do is put HTML content. HTML is just basically, well, it can be a lot of things, but it's usually text and maybe images as well. So we found an HTML module. This is the module that we want to put onto this page on the left-hand side. Now, there's a little trick here. You can just put it anywhere on the page. You can drag and drop, or you can actually get it to stick it in the right area for you. So there's an interesting quirk with this. When you first search for HTML, and let's say it finds it, I'll search. If I move my cursor onto that HTML block the first time, sometimes, well, it did this time, so it's proved me a lie, but sometimes this area doesn't appear until you click in this region, which is away from it, and then come back in. Doesn't matter, I don't understand why it does that. So let's click onto this navigator. This tells it where you want to stick the HTML. So let's stick it onto down. So as I mentioned, there's lots of regions there, and we wanted sidebar 1. Sidebar 1 is this one here. So let's add it to sidebar 1. So I'll just click on it. The page does some weird stuff, and there we go. We've added our first HTML region. Now, there's a couple of interesting things here. There's actually two, when you get this HTML block, you actually end up with 2 areas to edit. And there's a text/HTML. This is, you can edit that and put text in there. I actually just want a clean icon, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to edit the content. Now these icons here allow you to do a number of different things. The one I'm interested in a moment will be edit content, but let's say I messed up and I've stuck this in the wrong place. You can click on the little wagon wheel thing, and then you can do delete. You can even move it to a different region. So say you've put this, if you moved it to the bottom pane, you want to move it to the content pane or the sidebar, you can do that as well. But for me, I just want to edit it. So let's go in and edit content. This is the HTML editor. And what it allows you to do is a number of things. You can enter text, you can enter graphics, and so on. And let me just wait while that renders. Okay, so this is the editor. There's a lot of things in here. A couple of things of these icons that are useful. One is the link icon, and it actually does look, there it is. This is a link, so you can actually put a hyperlink in there, which makes it go off to another page. And you can change the font. Now, unfortunately, there's not a huge number of fonts on this website. It would be really cool if we could get some more fonts, but they can come later. Anyway, so first thing you note here, it's got add content. Well, I don't want it to say that. What I want it to do is have my icon, my website icon in there. So let me just grab that. So I've got my icon and the logo. I've just saved it as a JPEG file. It's or a bitmap file. It can be really anything you want. And I'm going to insert it into this page. So let's upload it. So if I click on this image, this will allow me to upload an image. So I'm going to upload it from a upload. So I click on upload, and this allows you to put the image up on your website. So send it to, choose the file. I've got the file here. All I've done is I've found the old website, and I've just taken a screenshot of it. There's various tools in Windows, the snip tool, whatever. It saved it as a JPEG file. That's fine. So I select open and send it to the server. Okay, there we've got our logo. Now, well, let's see what it looks like. And this one's a bit fuzzy. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a better one, but it can be anything you want. You can screenshot. If you had a really high resolution one, it would actually be really quite nice. This one's a little, well, let's see what it looks like. So I'll just hit save. Okay, it's a little bit large. Let's fix that. Edit content. If I click on the image and I right click, I can select image properties. So you can resize the image here, and I'm probably going to say you want about 160 pixels in height. That sort of size, that's not too bad. You'll notice when I change that, it changed the width as well. And that's because this padlock's selected, and that locks the ratio. If you don't do that, well, I'll show you what happens. Let's change that to 200 or 20. That'd be good. See, it squishes it down. It looks awful. So I'm going to cancel that. And we're going to edit this again. And we want it about 160 pixels high. Yeah, that looks good. You can add various things in here. If you look here, you can select a link. And what that means is if you click on that this image, it will go to a link. Actually, that could be quite a good thing. So maybe we'll get a link, and that's the link, and we'll put the URL in there. So I think what that should do, and let's give it a go, it should mean oh, that looks better. So we'll hit save, and it refreshes. Yeah, that's not too bad. So we've got our logo. There's still some rubbish here we'll have to fix up. So Southern Peninsula Pony Club. Let's see what happens when you click on that link. There we go. It comes back to the page. Let's clean up this other thing. So as I mentioned, there's two things you get with an HTML module. You get the HTML, which is what I'm using, but you also get this title. So you can click here. If you hover over, you've got another pencil icon. So we'll edit it, and you can see the text. I'm just going to delete it and then hit the save or the update. And there, we're done. So that was very brief video just on setting up your club logo. You can stick that logo. I've used the side banner at the left, but you can really put that anywhere you want. I think in the next video we'll go through and we'll start filling out some of these menu items and add some sections. I'll show you what we've done on our Pony Club.